and it's kind of different because we can't exactly gain access to it right away. Basically, we need to go into another level first, but the thing that annoys me about this level, I can't finish this level without beating Bowser, so I need to go into the stage to get a power star, to beat Bowser, to... I don't know, it's a bloody annoying. It's annoying how this stage is set up. Basically, I'll explain a bit more of it when we get later on in stage, but the level itself is fun. Like, I do love the stage itself. It's just, you can't beat this stage 100% because a lot of the power stars you're going to be picking up, they're going to be kind of locked out to you. Actually, I say a lot, maybe only one, but at least one power star will be locked out to you unless you beat Bowser first. Which is a little bit annoying. It means I have to do a little bit of, well, it's not really backtracking because the levels are right next to each other, aren't they? But, you know, I need to do things a little bit out of order, and it triggers my OCD, something fierce. What can I tell ye? What can I tell ye? Indeed. But on the bright side, the music is still fantastic. I think it's the first instance of the game reusing soundtracks. This song is basically the same as the Dire Dire Docks theme. And there's a couple of levels coming up that we're going to see where the music tracks can tend to get reused. It's around this point where the levels seem to start having less original music for the most part. Unless I'm misremembering. I could very well be misremembering because it's been years since I last played this game properly, and you know, I'm only playing up to where I did my test run, which isn't too far away, to be honest, but I digress. With that, there's the first power star on Bowser's sub. And with that, the painting will actually pull on backwards into the background, and that basically means we can't really complete it yet. We need to jump into here and deal with Bowser, so let's go and do it. And this is probably my favorite Bowser stage in the entire game. This is Bowser and the Fire Sea. And I don't know, I just love the platforming in the stage. It's just such a... It's such a well done... Oh, Fanny. Well, if you ignore me playing like a div, it's such a well done level, and I love it. I actually really do... Really, Mario? I really do enjoy this stage through and through. What can I tell ya, ladies and... Really, Mario? How not to play Super Mario 64, starring me, because I'm a pleb. But just like the previous one, we do need to go and collect red coins. And the thing that I find kind of awkward, it could be my upscaler causing this, but because I am using an upscaler to get this footage in to be as clear as possible. It's the only way I can record through HDMI with the Sonic console. But the red coins tend to blend a little bit in with the lava background, and I don't know, it can be a little bit hard to see some of these red coins as you're progressing through the stage, so be a little vigilant if you're using a similar setup to what I am, where the red coins are actually kind of hard to distinguish towards the background. But let's just jump on and off this platform, let it go. Alright, let's see if I got this right. Alright, first try. That red coin usually gives me a bit of hassle because it's basically you need to be good with depth perception, and it's something I'm not particularly good at in most games is depth perception. I'm terrible at the sorting thing. Especially these earlier 3D platformers that tend to use sprites for items and whatnot, like well, this game, I find depth perception to be a bitch, basically. And yeah, that's my biggest stripe with that, but with any further ado, let's go up him. If you're good enough, you can actually wall jump up here and beat the platform. I still managed to do it anyway. Which, you know, it's a neat little speedrunning tactic, I guess, if you want to speedrun. I'm by no means a speedrunner, so don't take my word out for, you know, of advice on this. Like, oh, Fanny. I'd love to be a speedrunner, but the thing is, I don't really have the dedication to play through a game that much to learn it to that level and that degree to be able to speedrun things. You know, it's just... It's a lot of work being a speedrunner, and I love watching speedruns. Honestly, it's like AGDQ hype. You know, I love watching speedruns of games. But the thing is, it's just something that, even though I love, it's something I probably never will do myself because it's it's just out of my interest in terms of playing games, you know? Like, they're more of a thing I'd like to watch than actually try. Like, I can't remember the last thing I tried to speedrun. It might have been... I actually don't know what the last game I tried to speedrun is. Must have been over years ago that I tried to speedrun something, and it went horribly, horribly south. So, yeah. But I can imagine there being... Oh, for fuck's sake. I can imagine there being some pretty neat tricks to get past all the things and get things quickly here. Then again, a lot of speedruns in Mario 64 will get through the game without even picking up a single star, won't they? So... Or maybe at least minimum stars, but I digress. I digress. Indeedio. Okay, there's number 7. Where is number 8? No, that's a damn good question. Where's coin number 8? Pim. Don't tell me you have to... Is it up here? Nope. Okay, I am missing coin 8. This is not good. This is not good. I'll cut back when I find it. I found it, guys. I didn't even need to cut out, really, but there it is. I just ran straight past it like a bloody plebeian. So let's just wait for the lava pools to get in my favor. There we go. Let's get this power star and get out of here and take care of Bowser. Can't believe I forgot that one. It's right in the... That's not even blending in with the background. How the hell did I miss that? It's just there. Oh, I don't know. Oh! I'm not having good luck with the wall jumps today. There we go. That's more like it. Whoa. And again, like I said previously about the wall jumps, you can actually find yourself sliding off to the left and right whenever you're jumping, and it can quite easily screw you over. So, you know, I honestly not a fan of the wall jumps in this game. I've said this before, I prefer the ones in Galaxy, honestly, because the Sunshine wall jumps actually make this issue worse, and Galaxy actually fixes the wall jumps so they work properly, you know? Well, they work properly here, but the problem is they're awkward to aim, so I don't know. Let's take care of Bowser, shall we? Bada bing, bada boom. Pestering me again, are you, Mario? I'm gonna give Bowser a different voice every time, aren't I? Can't you see that I'm having a merry little time? Yes, making mischief with my minions. Now return the stars, and my troops in the walls need them. And my troop... I failed English. Oh, well, for this Bowser fight, he's basically exactly the same as the first one, but now he's got a bit of a different strategy, which is the first thing he's going to do is he's going to jump, which will cause the arena to shift. And if you try to grab his tail, he's... Well, he also can teleport now, which is really silly. I don't know how the hell he learned to do that. But, grabbing his tail is a bit of a pain in the ass in this one, because he does run around very quick. Actually, I might... Really? I managed to get it? Okay, normally I have to abuse a different strategy to get this guy, but, he's a bit of a nightmare to deal with, and one of the things that, I would say be careful of is if you get too far away from him, he will do a charge attack, which will, well, you might... I actually show it off now, because I fluffed that up a whole lot. Now, it's kind of silly that you have to hit these bombs precisely. It's kind of awkward because aiming the throw against Bowser can be a little bit tricky, you know? But there we go, use the charge attack, so you can use this to your advantage because he will get caught on the edge, and then you can just be all like, oh, am I gonna hit the bomb? Now, that voice clip there, it sounds like Mario saying, so long, gay Bowser! But he's actually just saying, so long, Bowser. It's just the way Charles Martinet, or Martinet, or whatever, how do you pronounce his name? Well, the way he pronounces that is kind of odd. But either way, there's Bowser, done and dusted, yet again. So let's get this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful key, and head on outside of the second floor of the castle. Of course, I say that we're not done with the second floor. We have to go into that water painting to go back to that port where Bowser's submarine is at. But you know, all in all, Bowser in the Fire Sea. It's a level I dig. I like it. I like it a lot. What can I tell you, ladies and gentlemen? But now it's time for our chests in the current. I don't like this mission. Like, this mission is best described as fucking stupid. Because you got all these chests down here. Now, if you recall previously, I mentioned that, well, there was basically chests lying about in Dire Dogs we had to deal with that executed you if you got them in the wrong order. These are exactly the blaze same. And, it's fucking stupid. This is just guessing game. This is not difficulty, Nintendo. Why? This is not... I just think this is a stupid stage. But the thing is, there is a bigger risk now of getting caught. Because if you miss the treasure chest, now the treasure chests themselves will reset. So you need to go back to the first one to activate again. And if you get hit, you'll notice that Mario will probably slide towards the center a bit. That is largely because there is a massive ass whirlpool down there. There it is right there. You don't want to... Oh, I can see out of the lava. That's kind of weird. You don't want to go into that whirlpool. It will instant kill you, so... You know, you do have a little bit of extra challenge in that regard, but... Again, it's still guesswork. It's... I don't know. I just don't consider this good game design, honestly. Like, if I have to guess my way through a game, I just... There's no skill in that. It's just... You know, guessing where to go next. And I suppose you could say it's like a memory puzzle, because you have to remember which one's right, but... Considering it punishes you by, taking out your health, you know, I would honestly say it's just... It's not a well-designed mechanic. In my opinion. Like, one way they could have changed this is just take away the removal of the health, and then you having to not drown while trying to do this. That in and of itself could have been a challenge, but I digress. With that, there's a power star over and done with. Basically, the key is to find a certain chest and then go in a clockwise motion, or counterclockwise, I forget which one it is, around the whirlpool until you got all the outer ones. Then you just open up the inner chest, bada bing, bada boom. Pole jumping for red coins. Now this here is the power star we are unable to get unless... we actually beat Bowser, so we needed to beat Bowser to get this power star, and it confused me when I was doing my test run, because I thought my game cartridge was, like, dirty and wasn't working properly, because basically there's a bunch of red poles in this stage that we need to hang across, and, well, we basically need to use as platforms to get from one point to another. But if you haven't beat Bowser at this point, basically those poles will, they'll be all like, well, fuck you, and disappear. They won't show up. They won't actually spawn in, and it's just, it's a pretty dire situation. What's the stage called? Oh, this is Dire Docks. Okay, what's the name of the other one then? Oh, Jolly Rogers Bay was the other one. Okay, so I called that one Dire Docks by accident earlier on. Okay, oops. But, yeah, it's pretty dire. What can I tell you? What can I tell you? Indeed. Yes. But the key to getting up here is basically pressing this big, massive-ass switch and jump on the blocks that are up here. There's two sets of blocks. The one's behind the right one. And trust me, you don't understand the confusion of getting up here, climbing all the way up here, then suddenly seeing red coins just floating about in the abyss you can't get to. The game needed to have, like, some sort of better explanation, I think, to tell you, oh, by the way, Bowser, you need to fight Bowser before you unlock this part of the mission, and I'm just like, thanks for telling me, video game. Indeed. But basically, this is all this mission amounts to. It's a really short and easy one. You just need to jump on these poles and, collect the coins. It's simple, easy peasy. Lemon squeezy. The only kind of thing I'm not fond of by here is there's a lot of waiting, because obviously you need to wait for the pole to get back to you, and then you need to wait to get to the other side of an area, and you know, if you're not fond of waiting, the stage will be a bit more of a bit of a boring one. What can I tell you? But I don't know. I digress. Indeed-o. Yes. I'm gonna get these red coins over here first, because these are a bit more of a pain in the ass. because I almost always fall off trying to get these red coins. So I wanna at least go for these ones first, get them out the way. Because as you can tell, there's a pole back there, and we basically need to time our jump so we can actually land on that other pole at the right interval. Ugh, got it! Ooh, first try. That usually gives me a lot of shit. I should have probably got that red coin there first, shouldn't I? Oh well, I'll grab that in a second. Let me just. Whew. There we go. See, this game's lucky the music is so catchy, because otherwise I'd be bitching moaning about waiting around. Like, I think that's a good reason why the stage has really calming music. It just, it helps with the tedium of this mission, because it can take some time just because, well, simply put, you're just jumping from poles and waiting, aren't you? So, yeah, at least you can enjoy the nice, relaxing tunes as you do this. Oh, come on, Mario. You know, getting out the water is a little bit dodgy because the swimming controls sort of work in your typical down is up is down, but to get out of the water you have to hold back on a stick and then hold the A button, and Mario goes out a little bit with forward momentum, but it's a little bit, it can be a little tricky to get out of water sometimes. It's easier now that I've gotten used to it, but, you know, back in the day when I'm playing the game I used to dread leaving the water. Not going in the water, I used to dread leaving it, because I just physically couldn't do it unless there was a convenient slope nearby. And usually there is at least one convenient slope nearby if you can't get out of the water by jumping, but, you know, it's just a little bit annoying in my opinion. What can I tell you? What can I tell you? Indeed. Yes. Oh, okay. Okay, Mario. Blue switch there as well. Now these things are actually, I don't think I showed them off properly. Like I briefly showed it off in like the slide stage way earlier on. But basically, they make loads of coins appear for a limited amount of time. You get the coins, bada bing, bada boom. It's very handy to use those during 100 coin missions. But, you know, if you don't want to bother with 100 coin missions, then, well, you don't really have to, do you? Anyway, the power star spawned all the way over there, so I'm basically going to see you guys in a sec. You don't need to see me climbing back up. Dun, 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 get the power star. Dun, dun. There we go, finally. Beautiful, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. What can I tell you? It's time to go through the jet stream. Now, this mission here is actually really... It's really easy. But it's still a little bit finicky because you might have noticed some rings earlier on when we were in the big submarine portion of the stage. And basically all we really need to do with this mission is swim through the rings. It takes literally... It can take less than 30 seconds if you know what you're doing, ladies and gentlemen. It's easy peasy, but it can be a little bit fiddly to just get yourself aligned properly whenever you're doing this mission, because it's... Because you are fighting against a current, and that current's going to keep pushing you as you're swimming down, and it's basically a test on how well you can control Mario underwater. So there it is. There's a stream current, and you'll notice those rings floating out of it. They're actually kind of hard to see. They're pretty damn transparent. But all we need to do is go to the top of the water, get some air, and head on down. By the way, this is hilarious. As long as something for Mario is outside of the water, he can breathe. So right now, Mario is breathing through his feet. I always found that hilarious, but... right, let's get these rings, shall we? Beautiful. You only need to get, like, 5 of them? I think? Yeah, 5. There we go. Easy peasy. You know, it's an easy mission. You should never have trouble with it, but the only problem is you can't get the power star right away. You do need to swim up and get the... metal cap here. And if anyone's actually wondering, can you actually combine the caps? Yes, you can. And I'm gonna show this off right now just because there's like maybe... Actually, I fucked it up. Never mind, I'm not gonna show it off, but there's basically maybe like one instance in this entire game where you're gonna have to mix and match caps to use, like the metal cap with like the vanish cap, and it's disappointing to me. I would have loved it if the game allowed you to do it more often, or gave you excuses to do it more often, because I can imagine, like, Those are potentially good, like, puzzles based around cap usage. But Nintendo never really took that to its advantage, and it makes me sad. It makes me sad. What can I tell ya? What can I tell ya? Indeed! Yes. The Manta Ray's reward. Okay, I gotta ask a question. What is it with Nintendo 64 era titles, like 4th generation game titles, and rings, and swimming or flying through rings? Almost all, like, there's so many games from this generation that use it, like Spyro the Dragon, you fly through rings, Mario 64, you fly through rings, Superman 64 was notorious for its rings. It's... Seriously, what is the purpose? Why is everyone so content on ring usage? Like, even Harry Potter on the PS1 uses rings. It's kind of redonkulous. Ugh. Right, anyway, basically what we need to do by here is we basically need to go and follow this Manta Ray from behind. And, swim through the rings it produces. Now, if you go too fast through the ring won't count, so you do need to go at a certain pace. But, yeah, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Bit of a dick move putting on top of the whirlpool of death, though. Oy. Thank you, video game. Miyamoto, please. Why? Why? Oh. It's now time to collect the caps. Now, remember how I mentioned mixing and matching the caps, like, maybe a few, like, less than a minute ago? Well, now we do need to actually go out of our way to collect those 2 caps in the right order, and, unfortunately, there are metal meshes in the way, so we can't collect the metal cap first. What we need to do by here is basically go up here, collect the Vanish cap, then mix it with the metal cap to become Vanish Metal Mario, which sounds a lot more awesome than you'd expect because, well, you have the properties of being invisible and the properties of being invincible and made out of metal. Now, if that's such a cool concept, and I'm really sad Nintendo never really took it to another level. Like, what if Nintendo brought back this idea, and what if they decided, oh, what if we can mix and match these items in all the different games, you know? Like, there's so much potential with the ability to mix power-ups, you know? I really wish Nintendo sort of revisited this idea and went into it full pelt, because it could cause loads of interesting level design mechanics, in my opinion. But then again, I'm not a game designer. I could be talking completely out of my arse. It's just what I expect, you know? It's what I think. I think this could have been such a very, very, very good mechanic, potentially. But basically, all you need to do is collect the 2 caps, go down here, go through the metal sheen, bada bing, bada boom, there's a power star, easy peasy lemon squeezy. And, you might wonder, why can't we just get the Vanish cap and go down here? Well, Mario isn't fast enough at swimming. So, if you do get the Vanish cap and just try to swim through that mesh, you won't make it in time. So trust me, you do want to get the metal cap as well. But with that, there's that stage done and dusted. And all in all, it's a good one. I like it. I like it a lot. What can I tells ya? What can I tells ya? Indeed. It's definitely one of those levels that isn't perfect. It does have its flaws, like the solving chest puzzle, but you know, it's a nice relaxing one. I always appreciate when games give you one of those like slow, calm, relaxing stages.